right. Back into the Baja showcase, finally. This is the final stream for the Baja showcase, and it's about time that I posted this one up. I've been excited to finish this off, to be honest. Apologies as I clear myself a little bit here. But, yeah, this is final stream is what this is. I'm trying to type it in on the Discord. There we go. Final stream. We're gonna finish them all today, no matter what. Even though, I mean, honestly, I'm tired, and I don't necessarily want to do all of this. We're gonna finish it anyways, because that's what we got to do. Talking about, oh goodness, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna fix this here quickly. So, score 1000, i.e. the 1600 class, i.e. negative 1594.5 is the final class of the showcase, and it should be a good one. I think these cars are going to be fairly unique compared to what we've been running, and I'm excited to show you what they can do. So, welcome everybody. I see we got some regulars here. But yeah, it's good to have everybody here. We have 30 entries to go through, and that's really the goal, is to get through all 30 entries today. I have not tested to see if the audio is working. That's actually a good point here. Hold on a sec. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, time trial, Johnson Valley. And our first car of the day would have been the Baja Berry if they submitted it correctly. We have instead the Renault Avant Enthusiast Baja spec. So before we get into this, we may as well give a little bit of background on what these cars are and what this class was specifically. Once I get my headphones on here, now we're in business. So basically, the 1600 class is supposed to be a combination of the score 1/2 and also the score 5 class, with a restriction of 1600 cc's as the maximum engine size, and all of these cars have to be boxers as well. So what we can see here is every car is a boxer 4 specifically. Every car is 1600 cc's or less. And then they're restricted to 2 different bodies, this being one of them, and another one, which you will see very soon. So it's all variants of this body. So if you think it's deja vu, yeah, it's not just deja vu. It is literally all the cars are going to look very similar. And an interesting thing with that is we get to see different people's takes on different, well, it's basically the same body, but different people's takes on the same body, different styling, different ways that people do things to get their styling point across, I guess. So there is something unique about this body in particular. There is a front engine variant, which this one is, and then also rear engine as well. So this is going to be a unique section of the showcase. We've run a few of these cars already, and I gotta say, I have no idea what they were like because that was so long ago. I was looking back at the streams, and we spent like 6.5 hours, almost 7 hours on just Class 7. So, yeah, yikes. But today, 30 cars is probably going to be a 3-hour stream roughly. I'm hopeful that it will be less because that would be nice, but we may as well just get started here. No ESC on this car, which is already a good start. But as per the usual, it's going to be a 3-run game. If they can't make it in 3 runs, and the 3rd run is an absolute failure, I will try 4, but I'm basically doing everything in 3 runs unless there's some drastic issues. But yeah, this is the final stream of the Baja Showcase. It has been a wild ride, and I need to make a playlist of all the streams for anybody who wants to watch them all back, because It is a heck of a lot of content if you're actually into that. But one of the cool parts about starting a brand new class is we don't have any benchmarks for time. So this one here, the enthusiast, whatever it is going to be first place, at least until the next one runs, and then we'll see. It's 1 in the morning in Russia. Russia is a huge country, so you have to be in a specific time zone in Russia for it to be your time. By the way, I think I tweaked this car exceptionally early because there seems to be something wrong with it already. One of the things that I think this car sort of exemplifies with this class as we go through these cars is they're all small, they're all fairly light because there was a minimum weight that they had to hit, and most of them were fairly close to that minimum weight. And they're all like tiny wheeled vehicles as well, so I don't expect ridiculous speed, but I expect the small bumps to absolutely destroy and claim many lives here, so it's gonna be good. And immediately we have our first accident. I'm gonna try again. Wait, really? You're gonna hold off until after this? I respect the grind there, Goofy, because you might be held up an entire 3 hours. But, yeah, I don't know. There's only so much I can do with these cars. I'm just gonna give it my all and hope they're not 10 minutes each. If they are 10 minutes each, we're gonna be here for 4 hours. But, yeah, we'll see. 4 hours would be 8 o'clock. That's, like, late. I don't want to go that late. Man's gotta eat dinner. That being said, I'm glad that everybody's here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I've screwed this car up again. I feel like we're going to see a lot of these front wheel issues. Going over some of these bumps, especially diving into them. It's going to be tough on these small cars. True, unless you want to treat this stream like an audiobook. Although I wouldn't categorize myself as some kind of audiobook level voice or commentary. It's like a sports broadcast. People used to watch them on the radio. Or watch them on the radio. Listen to them on the radio. Yeah, it's been a couple minutes. I haven't even got one through yet, so you know it's going to be a good stream when. Man, it has been a wild time so far. I guess because we're close to the end, I can reminisce about the last portions of the showcase that we've been through, like trophy trucks first. I felt that was fairly easy, but then that was just the tip. Like we basically were just getting into it because there were not many of those cars. Okay, big power. Not big enough. This is gonna be a disaster. Okay, as long as it's not damaged, we're good. Oh, I should mention, by the way, this car is front-wheel drive, and a lot of the cars that we're going to be running today are rear-wheel, so I count this and any all-wheel drive car as a blessing in this class, because most of them are not. So, yeah, get ready for that. Baseball, oh... Yeah, I think I can agree with you there, although it seems like Japan has taken over baseball these days. It is extremely popular in Japan. I think the only sport I've ever watched regularly is hockey, but I'm way out of the loop these days. I just don't have time. I also don't have cable, so I don't watch sports anymore just because I don't have cable. Save money. It's like internet basically takes over for cable these days, which is why it's no surprise that a lot of networks and stuff are trying to expand out to paying content online. Really? They're actually bringing players from Japan over to the American Baseball League? That's interesting. I had no idea. But I guess that shows that a lot of the Japanese leagues are actually up to par with MLB. We have the Blue Jays here, Toronto Blue Jays, and along with the Raptors and the Leafs, it's like pride and joy of Toronto. Oh, come on. Okay, it actually listened to me, but the wheels are thoroughly tweaked. especially that front right one is not steering anymore. I've seen the Blue Jays live a couple of times. I have seen the Leafs. Actually, no, I've never seen the Leafs, but I have watched a lot of minor hockey. Like basically every town around here will have their own hockey team, and then there's different varying levels of what's what class they're in, basically. So our benchmark time and our first time, by the way, before we get too deep into this other topic, is 3:21. You can see that these cars are going to be a little bit slower than what we've been running so far. Next one up, though, is a Fiat 600, because, again, it's the exact same body, the Fiat 500 body. Fiat 600 Baja, made by Isaac Train. Oh. But yeah, pretty much every town here will have sort of a minor league team, and they go against each other in various leagues. But we have some bigger ones as well, like feeder teams for the NHL. The thumbnail car is not until that one is made by here. It's made by Retsuki, so it's the VRS Beat Rot Lego is up next. Or not next, but it's pretty far down. It's kind of halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway down. So this one up next is a Fiat 600, very, very Italian. And as I was saying before, this body has rear engine stuff. So we have a boxer in the back, which is interesting. And also, it's very low at the back too. Thankfully, it is all-wheel drive. Otherwise, this would be even more of a disaster than it is. This might be the first engine kill of the entire showcase if I go over a bump the wrong way. Although it does have ESC, so we're going to take the unfortunate way out. What's been my favorite car of the showcase? Overall, I don't know. It's hard to say. We're not quite through all the cars yet. But, come on. It's a little bit faster in second, actually, which is funny. There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a little tippy. These bushes are an absolute pain. I have learned to hate the shrubbery around this this area. Yeah, I think, man, it's hard to think about which one's been my favorite, because there have been a lot of cars that I've been a fan of. I think, personally, I like trophy trucks the best, so probably my favorite car in terms of just overall design is actually the thumbnail car for the trophy truck class. I think that one is just extremely well done, design-wise. And in terms of creativity, obviously I like, I think it was Turbo Crash that made it. It was the gigantic, like 8x8 truck. The thing was massive. Oh, so much weight in the back that we were nose up throughout that jump. But yeah, the gigantic 8x8 truck that we ran, I think that was in Sportsman. That thing was extremely cool as well, and very, very creative and completely out of place in this showcase, but it was super cool. Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to these cars, I think some people don't put any effort into the design at all, and I've seen that in the past with some of the showcases where it was earlier on and I wasn't really concerned about style, so people just submitted like bare bodies, and that's just kind of like, okay, well, alright then. But the ones that are creative really bring like a new feeling to the showcase. When one of those things pops up and we're running it, I'm like, yes, I feel a little bit more like into that specific car. I feel like I want to put more effort into it when it has effort into its design. Oh, did we just blow a tire? Okay, no, I thought I heard a tire blow. By the way, this one with all-wheel drive is a massive step up from the front wheel drive that we drove before. Still not quick by any means, and we've just smashed the engine at the back, which is exactly